Hello, I'm Vivian, and I just wanted to share how I got into thrift storing in particular. Now, I've always done yard sales and thrift stores and auctions way back. And it wasn't really, it was to save money, but most of it wasn't done the way I'm doing it now. The thrift store in particular, there were times I needed, most of the time I went to thrift stores just for fun, just to see what I could find. It was just it was a hunt. I rarely went into a thrift store back then looking for a particular thing. It was just looking to see what was there and saying, oh, this is neat, this is cool, whatever. And I get it. But back in 1999, we bought our home that we were in before this one. And we still had the house that we were living in, the mortgage on that, and then the house I bought before we got married, and it wasn't rented. So when we moved into that home in 1999, we were in a lot of debt. We had a lot of money going out. We had more money going out than coming in every month. I wasn't working. We decided to homeschool because we moved from a nice area into what we considered a much rougher area, and we didn't want our kids to go to that school district. We were being snobby, but I think it was the way we were led to do, and I'm so glad we homeschooled. But here we are with all these loans, and then the homeschooling, we didn't do it cheaply. We went through the option 2 in South Carolina was through the homeschool association, and that cost a lot of money. And we were paying, buying all the stuff for the curriculum. And every year, before school, we bought the kids clothes so that they would have clothes that would fit them and hopefully get them through the school year. And that's not the best time. Looking back, that was really stupid. Buying it when everyone else is buying it is the worst time to be buying anything. But that year in particular, we were really hurting financially, and I was really worried about how we were, how long can we last like this? We had some cushion and savings, but if we didn't get that house sold or rented, it was gonna be bad. And we didn't. My husband and I are both very fiscally conscious and normally smart about those kind of things. So I thought, okay, I found a thrift store I like that actually had. I hate speaking bad about Goodwill, but the Goodwills that's normally in my route, unless you find a sale, I can find better brand new stuff at the retail stores on sale or clearance than I can pay for at Goodwill. That's what I found. So when I found this other, it was called Community Thrift Store, and it supported Vietnam vets. And it was near my mom's place. So that's how I found it. Found it on the way. After doing stuff with her, I swung by and checked them out and checked out some other thrift stores because we were moving, had a lot of stuff going on, and I thought, okay, I can bring the kids here to go thrift stores, especially my daughter. They had a lot of women's clothes, and it was done real neatly, just like they do at Goodwill. Everything is sized, and these are dresses, pants, tops. They had it all very well organized. They were in different sizes. So I brought my daughter, and she was a typical teenager. She was going into 10th grade. And talk about the eye rolling. I thought she was going to hurt herself. She could not believe. I was like, Mom, I can't believe you're making me shop at a thrift store. Oh, that was so beneath her. And I was just, I'm starting to lose my patience. I was like, honey, just look. You don't know. There's some really cute things here. Just check it out. Eye roll, eye roll, eye roll. And she's like at the rack, just moving the hangers, just big attitude, big breaths, big eye rolls. And I'm, oh please, I can't take this, this stress. Oh my gosh. It was bad. And I think we were there about 10 minutes when a group of 3 or 4 teenage girls came in. I mean, they just came in loud and proud, and just, they were like, and they weren't the same sizes, so they all split up and went into different parts, all around us, my daughter and me. They were going all around, and they were pulling out stuff and go, hey, check this out, hey, check that. They're showing each other things and hollering at each other from across different aisles. And they're loading up their basket to go to the fitting room and try them all on. And my daughter's like, and then she's like looking, she's seriously looking. Now she says that she does not remember this event, but she only knows that it happened because I tell this story a lot. It happened. I'm not imagining this. And what's really funny, and she dug in and she got some really good stuff. Now, when I shop for the kids, and I took them shopping with me. I never, once they were above a certain age, I didn't just buy for them. They had a say in what they were going to wear. But I never bought Tommy Hilfiger or Ralph Lauren or any of the designer stuff because you were paying extra for that. I can buy the same t-shirt or same quality of t-shirt in a very similar style for half the price usually of what a brand name, a designer label would have on them because you're paying for that little flag or emblem or whatever. So I rarely bought them stuff like that. Well, at the thrift store, you can find that kind of stuff, and a lot of times they still have the original tags on them because the person never wore them. They bought it, stayed in the closet, and ended up at the thrift store. So she was picking up a lot of good deals, and her friends we started homeschooling, and then she would get together with her old friends from high school and people from our old neighborhood, and they were like, well, you've turned into a prep. You're now homeschooling. You're too good for us. You're wearing designer. It's like, actually, we're going to thrift stores. I don't think she told them that. But she talked about how that she's a prep now that she goes to a thrift store, which is, imagine that. But we started doing the thrift store back then. So we're talking about 20 years ago. And I mean, seriously going to a thrift store. And this dress I got from that thrift store. And my heart broke when they closed that one down. And they didn't relocate. They sold. Somebody bought the building, and they moved out, and they just liquidated everything and stopped. I'm not aware of them opening up anywhere else. And I was heartbroken. And now recently, I found this other thrift store, and yeah, there's a good deal. I've been really enjoying that. But it just reminded me because this little jumper. It was missing a button. It's 3 buttons. And I replaced it with this mother of pearl. These are actual seashells. It's long and it's got pockets on both sides. It's real comfortable. I love the autumn colors. And I'm pretty sure I got this top at a thrift store too, or it was given to me. Sorry about that. But that's how I got into thrift storing. And the auction is my fun. I'm having too much fun with it. And wait till you see what I got this week. It's expensive. I told my husband what I did and why I did it. But I am saving money. I have spent $64 this week at the auction on 8 claw feet for a cast iron tub. We have a cast iron tub that I want to continue using outside. We were using it for our goats, and we used it for my daughter's horses for a water trough. And I want to get that moved and use it as an outside bathtub. Yeah, you heard me. I'm going to use it as a bathtub. I like to do a salt soak. And I'm going to put some Epsom salt and some rock salt, natural rock, not refined rock salt. So normally it's mineral salt, mineral blocks for grazing animals. And I'm going to use that in a tub. And I'm going to have that as a soaking thing for us to just soak into and then rinse off and come inside, especially during the summer to be nice. But it didn't have any feet. And I was thinking of ways to do it with some wood. But one of these, the cast iron feet, is $40. The cheapest I can find for just one was $40. You get a little bit of a break when you buy 4, but then you're still talking about hundreds of dollars. And I saw this at the auction. I was like, okay, I'm going to bid on it. So I got 8 of them for $8 a piece, $64 total. I'll put 4 of them back, sell them online, or put them back at the auction and see what happens. But I'll pick 4 out for our bathtub, and actually I've seen some other bathtubs, cast iron bathtubs sitting in people's yards. Yeah, I'm in Redneckville. And they're not really being used for their animals anymore. You can tell that they had animals. And I was wondering, maybe next time my husband takes a tractor through, he can stop by and see if they want to get rid of it, and he'll haul it off. And we'll bring it over here and have 2 tubs. And my husband, I can sit in the tubs, and he can have his set how he wants, and I can have mine set the way he wants. But anyway, I think that's a good deal. And that's how I roll. And I do. I love it. If only I could bank the money I saved. Now, if I could do that, then we'd be sitting really pretty. If I could bank the hundreds of dollars I saved with just the claw feet, that would have paid for a lot more of my auction things. But anyway, I just wanted to share how I got really started with thrift stores. And now that I found a thrift store like that one, I'm so happy. That thrift store got us through most of the school years with my kids. My son was a different thing. My husband would take him shopping, and they went to different things back then. And now my husband's a thrift store person. But the thrift stores he goes to, they cater more toward men. It's a men's ministry thing where they help men with addictions. And that's where I've gotten some great deals on books and furniture. But that's not where I can go shopping for my clothes. I don't need any more clothes right now. Anyway, I just wanted to share that story. I thought it was so funny. I could still see my daughter so clearly, her attitude. Oh, she's got, when she has an attitude, it's huge. It is massive. And when those girls came in, that 180 she did, it was, I had to refrain from laughing because she would know. But when those girls came in, and it became very competitive, girls just a little bit older than her, they were over there and they were shopping for themselves. They didn't have mommy or daddy. And they were having a good time with each other. And I was like, thank you, Lord. That was the perfect timing. That was just worked out so great. And I have not forgotten it. And I make sure she doesn't forget it, even if she has. So that's my experience, and that's why I still do some of this stuff, and why I get such a thrill. To me, it's also the auction and the thrift store and yard sales, flea markets are a way to repurpose things too. So things just don't end up in a landfill or just taking up space somewhere. So I'm always excited doing that kind of stuff. Are you into that? I mean, if you're listening to this, I would think that you're into thrift storing too. Let me know your story. So thanks for joining me. Be a blessing and be blessed.